Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley on Facebook Live. Have a wonderful service.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me look at you. Oh, I'm so glad you're all here. Our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And the way we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living an abundant and fulfilling life in a welcoming and compassionate community. We have the flames of faith. And thank you, Ralph, for lighting our flames up here. It's beautiful. We believe that there is one source, one way of life. This is all God. And that there are many paths leading to that source. By lighting the flames of faith, we are honoring all religions, Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, Sufism, Christianity, all religions that step forward in love. There's that one fine thread that connects all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love. We come from love, and we honor our oneness within us all. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our spiritual leader, Pamella Geagan.
Thanks, Minnie. This is a COVID hug. We're back to masks in the sanctuary, and it is my honor to absolutely introduce our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann, whose presence is so fully here. And we're so happy because Ralph's here today, her husband. So anyway, knowing that her presence is always with us, her energy is always with us, and this is one of her famous quotes. By the way, Ralph doesn't know this, but we're going to be doing a book, and I figured out how we could do this really fast. Just line up all the quotes and take pictures. That would be the first draft, and by subject, and get a book, and we're going to sell it in the bookstore because she was so wise and so powerful. Yay! Okay, so our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann, thank you. Any sense of otherness melts away. Earth is our playground, and I revel in a close spirit of oneness and with everyone I meet. I am a spiritual warrior. I am thinking about the universe as the universe thinks about me, infinite, timeless, transcendent, and fully present at every point I occupy. I call potential into form and delight in its arrival. I share this life in love with all people and enjoy that return of that love. Thank you, our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann. And now it's my honor to introduce Pamella Bailey, who will be doing who is our lead practitioner. Yay, Pamela, who's doing our affirmative prayer. You're COVID conscious. I'm not thinking. Here we go. I am thinking.
All right, in COVID cleanliness, I'd like to once again welcome you. And just taking Betty Ann's wonderful statement into our thoughts as we come together in a centering prayer, and just knowing that God is fully present right here, right now, and that I am a spiritual warrior, and I'm a warrior of love. So let's just take that in and together join me in that space of silence, in that space of nothing where all is created. And as we gather here together in love and friendship and in a shared view of life, that all of life is one, just knowing that we now, this month, are being pulled by that vision of what's possible. And as I see each and every person here shining their most brilliant light, I know that together that light will create magic, miracles, and lots of love. So let us today relax into our wonderful music and our speakers and our fellowship, and knowing that all is well, it is all good, God is already in action. I am so grateful, and so it is. Yay. And I believe that Lynn comes up and introduces Bill. So Bill, you are being introduced by one of the lovely ladies here.
Just put it right on there.
Okay. Oh,
Good
wait.
morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so you know what? It's a beautiful morning, yes? Yeah. Wait, that's a great name for a song. Yes, you know what? So why not even go there? I just learned this the other day, so you know. It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Taking some clean, fresh air, and ain't no sense in staying inside if the weather's fine and you've got the time. It's your chance to wake up and greet another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. And birds are singing their own song so long. I gotta be on my way now. Ain't no sense in staying inside if the weather's fine and you got the time. It just ain't no good if the sun's shining and you're still inside. Shouldn't hide, still inside. Shouldn't hide, still inside. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. There will be children with robins and flowers. Sunshine caresses each new waking hour. It seems to me that people keep seeing more and more today. It's okay, lead the way, brand new day, lead the way. It's okay, a brand new day. It's okay, lead the way. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. Good morning.
Hello, everyone. I thought I was going to be introduced, but here I am introducing myself. I'm Buzz Dory, and I know it looks like I didn't shave, but it's not because I wanted to misbehave. I'm going this beard for a specific cause. By December, I will be Santa Claus. As we now pass the middle of July, it's a blessing to gather together here live. We will soon hear what Reverend Pam and Lissa Coffey have to say. For now, here are the announcements for today. Morning Mindfulness continues at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. These daily meditations with Reverend Pam will allow you to thrive. Power of Clarity is the theme for this week. It will allow your divine perfection to peak. At 7 p.m. Thursdays on Facebook Live, a midweek spiritual uplift will boost your divine drive. Lynn Chaplin Noe is the host for this week's session. When you're laughing, you're learning is the title of her positive lesson. From 10 a.m. to 11 on the fourth Sunday of each month, Lissa Coffey will be here with a class you will want. Swami Mahayogananda will be Lissa's special guest. His Sri Sarada Devi message will make you feel blessed. July 25th is the date for this month's session. Constant Contact has the Zoom info for this uplifting lesson. Please keep in mind that our center is here for you, so please let us know what we can do. The spiritual treatment that we provide will reveal your perfection and allow you to thrive. You can always leave a request by phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. And on the back of each chair is a treatment request. Hand it in to us and we'll help you be your best. How wonderful it is to meet here live in our center that is dedicated to help us all thrive. Your loving donations keep our center going, so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. Later we will list the online ways to give, so you can donate right here or from wherever you live. Two other places where you can lend a hand. Please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. And a reminder that our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store gives our center a small donation or more. So please do sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store, or you can do it online. Another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items you got, it donates to our center, right on the spot. And finally, as we now move past the middle of July, keep in mind that it's healthier to laugh than to cry. That's the announcements and all I have to say. And now from the booth, there's a song we will hear play. Planting Seeds by Nemo is the title of the song. It will reference what's right rather than wrong. Thank you all very much.
My unique expression that no one else has.
Been a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to sow will sow. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like your
more.
whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it. Not interested in the clay pots and molded, sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go, it overflows with no credit to take, cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sown, and when the seeds are true, then the seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does, you just smile, cause now you know.
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to sow will sow. I am planting seeds, whatever grows
Yep,
will grow,
when it grows, it grows,
whatever dies will
and when it dies, it dies. Come on, if it works, it works.
whatever flies will
Let it fly, let it fly.
fails will fail, what's meant to sow will sow. I am planting seeds, whatever grows will grow, whatever dies
Dies, it dies.
works will grow,
When it works, it works.
flies
Yeah, let it fly, let it fly.
fails will fail, to sow will sow. I am planting seeds,
And nothing more.
Be planted in that seed that just says yes. Nothing is
So this is for you, Buzz. I am not growing a beard for Christmas, if you please. But as Mrs. Claus, I do daily tweeze. I thought you'd like that. Oh, you know, I got so excited I left my, honey, could you hand me right there? I couldn't wait. I've never written a poem in my life. And I live with, you know, Neruda, so. Oh gosh, we're a praying church and we have practitioners here, and would the practitioners please stand up? Everyone is here, all the ministers, and way back there, there's Marcia. Wave your hand. She's trying to hide behind a mask, but that's Marcia. All right, please get acquainted with your practitioners, and please, guys, mention your names, please. Yes, this unknown bearded man.
I think I'm Buzz Noe.
Okay. And but way back there, there's Marcia, way back there, and I'm Lynn Chaplin Noe. We are all practitioners first and foremost, as was Dr. Holmes, and so dedicated are our practitioners. We're blessed to have them here, and so I recommend that you get familiar with them, acquaint yourself with the practitioners, ask for a spiritual mind treatment. In the CSL theme notes for this month, they mention treatment a great deal, and prayer is mentioned a great deal about this month. Treatment is to unclog and free your mind, to pause and remember your own consciousness, and to pray with purpose. It's a mechanical prayer, but it's a lot more than mechanical. At the end of this little chat, I'm going to do my treatment, the 5 steps, really quick. Okay, so I'm only going to give you one quote today, and this is from CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living, a statement from CSL Global Vision related to today's topic, which you guys are going to be talking about. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. I'm going to repeat one thing: emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. And so there is a testimonial at the end of the CSL notes, a woman talking about her experience of experiencing the oneness, the one, in a crowded restaurant. And so I thought I'd tell you a very, very short story about how I experienced the one. And it was in Berkeley, California, very, very late at night. And no, I wasn't taking any kind of enhanced. I was in Berkeley, but I had been driving all day with Buzzy. We were in a club called Ashkenaz, which is a beautiful club for just dancing. And so instead of tables everywhere, there is a mirror and a dance bar, but a huge dance room and a stage. And my son Daniel was playing in an African band called Jalikunda Kuyate. And everyone was dancing, everyone. But Buzz and I, we were so tired from driving 7 hours. So I was sitting under the ballet bar, just sitting and watching. And every single person had a different way of expressing the music. And I noted that. I had one friend, Jonathan Kidder, who was just standing in one place and just moving with the music and just closing his eyes, wasn't aware of anyone around him. Some people were like doing traditional African movements to the music, and some people were, I call them jumping beans. They were like bouncing all over the place, and aren't I great and everything. And so everyone was doing something different, a different kind of expression of the music. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, the jumping beans and the traditional dancers and the Intuit guys and all of that, and how am I doing guys, all of a sudden, the whole room went like this. And I got the chills thinking about it, and I went like this, and it was still happening. And although people were doing all their little different things, the room was going like this in a wave. And I said, "Hey, Buzz, did you see that?" He said, "See what?" I said, "So good." I saw the one. Actually saw the one. Everyone was expressing the divinity of that music and the beautiful music. I couldn't hear the music. I only felt this wave of divine energy, and that's the oneness that we can experience and we can express. And so I just wanted to share that with you, because oneness is something that is on the plate for all of us right now, in case you didn't know it. Anyway, go to Berkeley, don't do drugs, just dance. And so I'm going to give you this short treatment and remind you regarding your practitioners. You saw on the screen, there's a way to call here, there's a way to email, there's a way to connect with your practitioners. Adopt one of us. Let us be your forever practitioner, because we are here for you. And thank you all for that. So I'm going to do the 5 steps, and you'll hear them. And the 5 steps are acknowledging that there's one power, unifying with that power, realizing that that power expresses and creates the life that works for you no matter what, giving thanks, and then releasing it into divine mind. So let's close our eyes, please. God is. God is all there is, infinite intelligence, divine intelligence, love, life. I am one. I am one with this divine source of all life. And knowing this connection with the one, my life is unfolding perfectly, no matter what. And for these truths, I am so grateful. And with a full heart and open, expansive, receptive mind, I release these truths into the field of potentiality wherein God, divine light, divine expression works perfectly. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is. Time for me to gather my stuff, get out of here, and introduce, Bill Rotella. Oh, how could I forget? I'm sorry. I wasn't on script.
It's all right. It's all right. I wasn't too far away. Hey, Lynn, I got to tell you, when I heard you telling that story, I mean, once you experience something like that, like there's nothing anyone can tell you because you've experienced it. Like, it doesn't matter. And I've had a few of those where, it's like it's in your belief system because you experience it. So I wrote the song about an experience. I was talking to people, and I found myself saying, when you experience that, you have this positivity, less fear, because there's something going on. In case you don't know that yet, I'm just going to let you know. There's something going on out there. I've had some, and you can't, some people just, so I just go, whatever. So anyway, I decided to write the song, so. 100 horses and 5 freight trains couldn't drag me into that early grave. Well, I've cashed in the mistakes I've made while God rode shotgun from 1,000,000 miles away. I don't wake in sorrow, I don't walk in shame. I don't deal in hearsay, I don't dwell in blame. Sometimes it's best to forget what I know and what they say. But this ain't that time, and this ain't that day. With the heart of a gypsy and the eyes of a child, where I walk these fields and let my love grow wild. Born with the fever, I dare my desires. I don't fear the flame, I walk to the fire. I don't wake in sorrow, I don't walk in shame. I don't deal in hearsay, I don't dwell in blame. Sometimes it's best to forget what I know and what they say. But this ain't that time, and this ain't that day. I'll keep riding till the trail grows cold and the hillsides burn amber and smoke. The sheep and the shepherd are lost on different roads, blinded by hate, blinded by hope. I don't wake in sorrow, I don't walk in shame. I don't deal in hearsay, I don't dwell in blame. Sometimes it's best to forget what I know and what they say. But this ain't that time, and this ain't that day. Thanks for sharing that, Lynn.
That was, boy, you just got better and better.
That was Linda's very first.
Yeah, well. And now it is my honor to introduce our wonderful Lissa Coffey up here too. East meets West. Yay! For the seeing impaired, I missed her hands. Oh, gosh. Here, we're going to do this to protect you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful to be back with you in person again. It is really. I know, and Bill's here, and everybody's here. It's wonderful to be with you in person and see you face to face. My eyes are looking at your eyes out there. So anyway, and so and we call this East meets West. And I just want to say also, well, I'll talk to you privately about this, about Sunday mornings with Swami, well, with you, and it's I want to change the time so we can all, so I can be there. You can do that with your guests?
Yeah.
Okay, with Swami M. Okay, great. Not this time,
We'll figure
but
it out.
Okay, thank you.
We're
So our
infinitely flexible.
Yay! I want to be like Bill. No blame, no shame. I think I'm doing well, and then something happens. I go,
Yeah.
"Do you see what you did?" To myself mainly, not to others. So it is mind games today, and I'm going to start.
Okay.
And then we'll listen to each other, and
Yeah.
we'll come up with your wisdom from the East,
Okay.
which is Vedantism, and then religious science, which is all religions,
Yes.
but also westernized
Good.
in that religion. So the question today is, are you willing to let go of your negative ways of being and opening and embracing to the positive possibilities? And we all know that we have this divine urge pushing us forward, obviously, especially this last week. I can't believe all the consciousnesses that came together with the Richard Bransons and the Elon Musk and stuff. Jeff Bezos, I think, is going in space tomorrow. So I cannot believe all of the people that are pushing that divine urge, going, the pull to be going higher. And so it is the divine within all of us that has that push, has that pull. And there's a story I want to tell you, and then I want to hear from you. And it's a man was walking along the road, and he sees this farmer, with a pickaxe, picking up all the rocks and the soil. And so the man goes to the farmer and says, "Why are you ruining the soil?" And the man says, "I'm not ruining the soil. Can't you see that orchards will not grow and roses will not grow until we get rid of those of the things, the obstacles, the upturning of the earth, the newness of the earth." And it's like that, what we do, and we forget this. To heal a wound, what do? You lance it. To heal a heart, what do? You open it and allow the good to come in. So the most enormous magnet in all of us is those moments where we are drawn by something stronger, and that connection with spirit, no matter what people are seeing or not seeing, Lynn, and where those moments are, you are one, like as Bill talked about, you're being pulled by something that is the metaphysical, that which cannot be seen. Okay, Lissa.
Yeah, when you talk about pushing the boundaries and going out into space and all the changes that we have experienced in technology, very recently, we both live in the days before cell phones. It seems like the dinosaur age for what most people think. But really, is outer space the last frontier? No. Inner space is the last frontier. We tend to always look for things outside of ourselves when the real truth, the real joy, the real bliss that we're seeking is right here inside of us. And in your topic, when you say letting go of negativity to open the door for positivity, it is that process. If you're experiencing negativity, you can't just deny it and say, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive. You can't put positivity on top of negativity. You have to release the negativity first. Then the positivity comes. But then there's something more than that. Because it's like, I have to put this here because I got to talk with my hands. So you've got the negativity on one side, you've got the positivity on the other side. This world is a coexistence of opposites. That's just the way it works. You can't have one with the other. We will never be an all positive, glowing world. We will never not have some kind of war. It's just not going to happen. It's a balance. And that's what keeps us growing and learning and evolving and getting better and better all the time. But better does not mean only positive. It's that push and pull. So what happens is in Vedanta, the negativity, the heaviness, our tendencies towards that is called tamas. And that's it's heavy, it's dark, it's like makes us depressed. And we're humans. We're prone to this. We sometimes tip the balance in that scale, right? But then the positivity, the extra, I'm happy, I'm going to go in, that overactivity, that's called rajas. But in the middle, there's something called sattva. And that's like that fulcrum, that balance, right? And that's kind of where we want to be, because then we're not depressed and we're not hyper or manic or anything, but we come right to the center and we're sattvic and we're pure and we understand the balance and we understand that there's no judgment between what's negative, what's positive, because How do we know what's negative and what's positive? So many times, like you were talking about the earth, it looks like a negative thing to dig up the earth, right? But no, that's a very positive thing. Just like when we had those awful fires, it was awful, right? But many agricultural experts said that was so necessary for the land. Every 20 or something years, it needs to burn up for new growth to happen. Otherwise, it just stagnates. But then what we have to remember, and this is the big thing, is just because we're here in balance does not mean we're where we want to be. We have to then also transcend that to go to God, to connect with God. That's the only way we can get there. We can't get there from here. We can't get there from here. We have to come to the center, be in balance, and then go like that. Okay.
Oh, that was beautiful. And I agreed. Yay. Yay. And it is interesting when you talk about inner space being the next great frontier. It is that which is unknown, and it is the shadow self that many times keeps us negative and staying safe, as we say, and not looking out beside. But we all know it's like, I love that planting seeds, because the seed needs the resistance of the soil to grow. We need the resistance to come out of apathy instead of, what was that, Pleasantville, where everything was black and white and everything stayed the same all the time. So we do need that emphasis. But I am telling you also, in the sattva, this last 17 or 18 months, my inner life has certainly changed a lot. And it was interesting because we came out, and with new technology here, number one, I hope out there in Facebook world you're enjoying it, because it is seamless because of our singer and engineer, Ryan Kimmery, upgraded us to everything. But back to this, it seems that the innate God that was within us, it offers unfathomable tools, but it takes our connection to connect with it. And the negativity, as I say, if the only tool you have in your spiritual toolbox is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And also, we cannot put, this goes back to the Bible, you cannot put new wine in old wineskins. And so when we are looking at moving forward, now this is the fastest I've ever moved forward in my life, where we're on like hyper speed almost, or super speed it seems like. And yet, what did we do? We went and we sequestered to get there in some ways during the COVID. I remember, this is so funny, I was still typing on a typewriter at 38. And someone introduced me to a computer, and just that thought process was just beyond me. I could not understand where this information was coming from, how it could correct all of those things. And here we are today, and even in hyperspace with technology, creating something even greater and connecting worldwide with people that we haven't connected to before. So the tools that we desire the most are to not go back into past negative habits. And I think the 17 months for me, because that's my only mirror sometimes, is me. My only understanding is that which I'm getting from above and embracing. And a lot of time spent at the beach in the oneness by myself, meditating. I really get that there is so much more to embrace and to give and to be in our own beingness. And it took that sattva, that time, for it to not only set in, but to not go back to many of my past negative habits. So much happened in my personal life. What about you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, in the last 17 months?
And it's amazing because it's not like it's like winter, right? Because we all have these seasons in life. And I think that we needed it. We needed this time of self-reflection and quiet to go within and to really examine what's going on, what's going right, what's not going right, what needs to change. And that's what nature does in the winter, right? It's kind of pauses before then comes the spring. And now I think as we are starting to emerge from that winter of discontent or whatever, we're having the newness spring up. And there's going to be a lot of interesting new opportunities that come out of it for all of us.
Oh my God. One of them also, there's a couple, we did have losses during this time.
Oh, yes.
One from COVID, one from our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann, who she was so clear. She was so clear in her thinking and her thoughts. And so I knew when she was unhappy with something or wasn't comfortable with something. And I said, Betty Ann, I'm going to come out with my laptop and we're going to go on, you're going to do a Thursday night uplift, because she didn't want to be on Facebook. And I think, oh my God, did I kill her? I mean, by pushing her to go on Facebook. But she said, oh, okay. I mean, she was not. And yet she was a computer scientist. She was one of the first women at Stanford that had her, that used computers and taught others and was into programming. So it's amazing to me. Exactly. The timing was like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to come back, I think, and do it the same way.
Yeah.
She moved on to a higher place, a higher understanding, and yet her presence is always here, guiding and providing us, and it shows up in so many interesting ways. Like her picture will all of a sudden pop up, and I think, where did that come from? On my phone.
Yeah.
So, but
She's
this
always
time-
with us.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think that the way you could kind of pivot in this situation with the lockdown and everything, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So we didn't have much choice. We had to do things differently, and it stretched us and helped us to learn and grow as we moved through it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like bigger and better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bigger and better, and who knows what's next? Nobody knows what's next, but it's exciting to anticipate the something that's going to come.
It is so interesting. Years ago, my daughter told me years ago, she was living in Santa Barbara, she still works in Santa Barbara, but now she's mainly online at Raytheon. And she told me, Mom, I'm never coming back to Camarillo. I love Santa Barbara. It's so lovely. And before COVID, she got pregnant. And so she moved 2 blocks from me. And I used to say, I just wish she'd come home. I just wish. Well, now she bought the house next to me. I thought, maybe I wish too hard. Maybe I said this.
Be careful what you wish for.
In the middle of the day, the kids come up, they run over and stuff like this. But it is interesting. And I said to Gina Stangby, who isn't here, who has children graduating, and Plumman and Savina too. I say, I used to say, come home, honey, come home anytime you want. I thought she'd have at least her laundry. No, she got a job. And so it was on the weekends at Macy's. So I thought, well, she's gone. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's going to come back home.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's hilarious that I wanted this. I think I should have backed off a little with the closeness. The neighbor, now we live on, there's only like really 5 neighbors on our block. And so on our half of the block. And the neighbor that lives across from Katie said, when she came out, she said, it's so nice to have Katie back, And then she said, I say to Vic all the time, could she get any closer to her mother than this? It is funny, but that happened so rapidly too, that everything, and that was a divine. We were already looking at having her build behind me, and it's really interesting.
It's amazing
And
how
the
these
house
kids
came up.
Yeah,
for
these
sale.
kids grow up, and like Brian, my younger son, even though it was COVID and lockdown, he'd been saving up for a house, and he happened to buy the house. And then, of course, he needed his mom to help him fix up the house.
Oh, yay!
So it was great because we had good bonding time because we were a pod. You can't go out with everybody, but, Brian and I were a pod. So I got the opportunity to help him build basically from the ground up, his own little house. And I've been wanting like grandkids in the US. I have 5 grandkids in Australia, but I have no grandkids in the US. Brian got a dog, so I have a grand puppy now.
Grand dog.
Josie. And I love this dog, and Brian's going to Hawaii. I said, I don't know who I'm going to miss more, you or Josie. I know. But yeah, I mean, things bring us closer in life. And that's the goal of life, right? Because when you get to know yourself and you're able to share yourself in such a way, then you understand that we are all one. We're more than all one. We're all the same. All the experiences we share, we've all experienced losing a loved one. And it's, and we our heart breaks because we know what that's like. We've all experienced pain and loss, and we've all experienced joy and happiness. And we can connect to each other in that way and help each other learn and grow and get through it and not get negative about it, get down in the mire of the depression and not be so elated when we got the promotion or whatever, we won the lottery, whatever, because all those things are only temporary. What's truly real is our connection with God. So if either of those things can help us get there, which is where we want to be, amen.
And our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann always said, my life is unfolding perfectly no matter what. And Ralph, this is kudos to you. You have done, I immediately went into my mothering and thinking, I don't know if he knows how to use the internet. I don't know. And you have just risen above the obstacles, so many of them. And you created the Betty Ann's service. You were very particular what you wanted, and you wanted to make sure she was honored. And you were just so clear about everything. So kudos for you in this short period, and how much because she did. Because she did. I know she did all the stuff in the house, the bills and all that stuff. So that's a big thing. And all I know also is after being with Patrick for like 35 years, I didn't know where I began and he ended. I didn't even know who I was. You don't even realize that. So congratulations on continuing and being on this planet in your own wonderful magnetic way, because you are like a magnet. So I'm going to close with tools that I've learned, spiritual tools that help me. And the first one is with negativity, is when I say things about myself, like, oh, how could I have done that? Or what was, I think, thank you for sharing. The truth is I'm doing everything the best and highest I know how, and it's all happening and unfolding perfectly. The second one is connect. Take time every day to pray, meditate. Come to spiritual experiences like this one, in person or online. We appreciate you here, of course, but I do know there's an audience out there that goes on Facebook every Sunday to watch us. So go outside if you can, preferably walk outside, and it is the most restoring thing to be with nature, because that is what we are. We are all one. That is simple as that. Make time for short breaks in between, and in those short breaks during the day, because I know you're on your computer. We all are, but take time just to connect to the 20 years before, when the internet came out, I've always believed we're way ahead of this. We were the internet before the noise came on the planet. We knew worlds away, countries away, what was happening. I really think, or how would people have been drawn magnetically to continue to expand and unfold and to venture outward from where they were. So I just think I think that's so wise about our greatest frontier is our inner space. Practice gratitude for all areas of your life. Meister Eckhart, who we know, said, if gratitude is the only prayer you say, that is enough. And it's so true. Instead of going to sleep, and I said this on my uplift on Thursday night, listening to the Hitler channel, which is which is actually the History Channel. Buzz and I are in like mind about this. Or I say investigative ID, which is the Murder Channel. Turn off. You know, it is so interesting when you go to sleep with these things. What do you wake up with? The heebie-jeebies. Anyway, but go to sleep reading something spiritual, something uplifting, to take you into that place that is so divinely connecting you to everything. And again, a spiritual community that supports you like this one, call us, let us be. That is why we're here. We are a praying church. And by the way, I love Science of Mind magazine. It's on sale in the bookstore, along with jewelry, and there'll be more. I haven't had time to do this, Ralph, but Betty Ann's collection, her jewelry, her... This is funny. Someone bought some of her gold earrings that had dollar signs on them, Therese. And she lost one of the dollar signs. And I was so afraid to ask you, were you thinking, what does this mean? I'm losing the dollar sign earrings. What is, it means that there's an opening for more good to come in your life, and it's not limited to 2 little gold dollar signs on your ears. So also, come when possible, when you are. It's so lovely to be with you in person. And we are, again, you and I, because we're speaking right now, don't have our masks on, but I am very cautious because of COVID. Again, I want to make sure I'm safe and that everybody else is safe out there. And just remain in faith that the message of the universe, as I always say, I know, because I'm old enough to know, that the message of the universe is always conspiring on our behalf. And it's us to open up to it. And as I agree, you can't get rid of the negative. I mean, you just can't. But you can say this or something better when it's at its worst. I would like so much something better than this, and I am listening. I'm turning myself, I just let go. I let the divine, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Patrick used to make fun of things like this. I'd say, let go and let God. And he'd go, yeah, let go and let God. But you can be that, because I know that without a doubt that we are these divine beings coming home and on the eternal path of becoming. So remain in faith and knowing that the message is always there, that we have that divine urge within us, no matter what age, what stage, or anything else that is pushing us, because we are so unique on this planet. I've now discovered no seashells, no grain of sand. There is nothing on this planet that is like us. Quintuplets, and not even twins. No fingerprints are alike. We are here to, as I say, give God a good time, and that is our purpose and our joy. And I let you close.
And I just say, when in doubt, pray, meditate. Go within, be in nature, like Pam said, walk barefoot in the park, on the grass. I've found so much comfort through hard times just going in my garden,
And you have a labyrinth too.
Yeah, I have a labyrinth, so I can walk the labyrinth. But just, that's what it's all about. God's got our back. Totally. So we're never alone. Yeah. We shouldn't be lonely because we're never alone.
One of the things I've learned in meditation, then I really will close, is that it's so important in this third dimensional body. We're here. We are chosen to be here, and it's really hard. That's my understanding of the souls coming to Earth, to get in an earthly incarnation, because it's the emotional planet. But it's important to ground us in meditation from the highest, all the dimensions, all the way down to the Earth. So I met our lead practitioner one time, and this is just a ending stupid note, but not stupid, but it is funny. But she had someone come up to her Malibu lake house and was telling us how to be more spiritual and meditate and do these. And he said, and guys, he said, just go out in your bare feet in the dirt and pee. That is the greatest bad thing. So I was so excited about Spencer, my son, being grounded, and he was living with me. And I came in and I said, Spencer, if you just go out barefoot and pee. And he goes, Mom, just stop. I already do that. So anyway, I love you. Blessings.
Can't top that.
Nor would you want to. And now it's wonderful. Bill Rotella, who is now one of our closing.
I'm not sure what the heck to follow. How am I follow that with? I'm trying to think of a song that has to do with releasing yourself, or relieving yourself, Hey, something? I was thinking about the song I was going to play, and then Lissa was talking about the only thing that is real. She goes, the only thing that's real. I was going, oh, yeah. So that kind of like confirmed the song I'm going to play. And then you guys talking about technology, and not only was that the COVID or the quarantine challenging, but all that misinformation that's going on, all the misinformation and people are, all that stuff. And so when it came right down to it, what's the one thing that is real? Love. So I wrote this song called Only Love Is Real. There's a reason for the way I feel. Everything is so unreal. We are only passing time, dancing with this gift of time, moving to a ray of light, trying till we get it right. Love is all I want forever. It happens when we come together. Trying you will find only love is real. Let it open up your mind. Only love is real. Shining like a guiding light. Only love is real. You can leave your fears behind. Only love is real. Step outside to confusion. Leave behind your illusions. Only love is real. Only love is real. One key opens every door. You can find what you're looking for. It's a feeling of endless time. This feeling of yours and mine. I need you to understand myself. I need everyone and no one else. There's room for us at the table, for breaking bread, feeling grateful. Trying you will find only love is real. Let it open up your mind. Only love is real. Shining like a guiding light. Only love is real. Gentle night, you found your eyes. Only love is real. Step outside the confusion. Leave behind your illusions. Only love is real. Only love is real. Only love is real. Only love is real.
So wonderful, so true. And now I would like to invite the ushers with their baskets to step forward. Thank you, Savina. Thank you, Sandy. And as we come right in front of the podium, right here, And if you could face the audience, face the congregation, could you come this way and turn around and face as we pray. And I just want, our offertory is something that Christine Dowell gave us years ago. So together, let us read this as we go within the quiet. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, and that's the way it is. And now if you'll just stay as we just go within right here and right now, and just with meditation music under, just know with me that there is only the one, the one, the one. And it is love. The fine thread throughout all religions is love. And that is what is expressed in and through and as us in every breath we take. For the divine within us is closer to us than our hands and feet, the air we breathe. And knowing that I am so grateful for this opportunity to be at one-ment in this joy, in this abundance, in this limitless opportunity to give, to receive, and watch my spirituality grow, not only within myself, my family, but also my spiritual family. So I give from the heart, and I give generously, knowing God is, I am, and that's the way it is. Now, if you'll pass the baskets, please. One basket, the large basket, is for giving, and the other one is, please take a card with it. Knowing take a card, any card. Knowing it is the perfect card for you. And Bill, it's so nice to be back. You being in person, and Lissa too. I saw her at the last two services, but the two, but I wasn't able to see you. So, and now I invite Rev Lynn, as soon as we read our giving opportunities, to come up and do our closing affirmative prayer. So together, we don't have to do this together. This is for me saying, thank you for watching and being here for our Sunday service. If you feel you've received your any good from this or value from this experience, please support our ministry with a tax-deductible donation. Visit our website, www.cslpleasantvalley.org, and we accept PayPal and Zelle. And we call this service good and very good as I invite Rev Lynn up to give our closing affirmative prayer.
And I just got fresh with me. I did want to mention as a practitioner that our practitioner Kathy Lane made her transition this year as well. And if you've ever received a treatment from Kathy on the Ministry of Prayer, she was magnificent. So, sweet thing. So, I'd like for you to do this for me for our closing treatment. Let's close our eyes, please. And as I close my eyes, I'm immediately aware of the inner space. And in this space is the presence of intelligence and love and guidance and creativity. This is God in all of its splendor. And I am one with this divine source of all good. And knowing this then, as I raise my arms to the sky, I allow the higher, the greater, the more expansive, the more creative, the more good, the more generosity. Bring it in. Bring it into that inner space and use me, please. And I'm so grateful for these loving truths as I take them out into my life this week, experiencing oneness and love and unity and community with everyone on my path. And I release these loving truths into the law of mind, into that inner space where all good is created, while I enjoy my beautiful, expressive, wonderful life. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is a wrap, guys. Let's do our wonderful song, shall we? Please don't hold hands, but you know, one of those things. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. When God has created, that we all are with each is happening to me right now. I know it in my mind, I feel it in my body, I see it in my life, and so it is.